Both Mark Grayson and Peter Parker are some of the most iconic superheroes within their verses, both sharing similarities through heroism and morality. So it's only fitting for them to be pitted up against one another, especially with the conclusion of Season 3's Invincible. So how does this work? Firstly, I am going to be using the MCU version of Spider-Man, as it's the easiest to scale without any confusion and counter arguments. We can say that Mark or Peter have been turned evil or just are being mind controlled, just so them fighting makes more sense. If you enjoy topics like this, be sure to consider liking and subscribing, as there is no shortage of fun and unique topics here. With that out of the way, let's see who wins in a battle between Spider-Man and Invincible. There are going to be spoilers for both the show and comic of the Invincible series moving forward. Mark Grayson is a teenager who inherits superhuman abilities from his father. Omni-Man is one of the most powerful heroes in the universe, and as Mark develops his powers, he struggles with the weight of responsibility that comes with being a hero. Being a Viltrumite and solidly considered the top tier of his race by the end of the series. Viltrumites are a warrior race with superhuman physical attributes. Using these, as in early Mark is able to divert a meteor, having a potency to destroy that of an entire country. Even Omni-Man states that he was able to move a larger meteor the size of Texas. During the battle with Omni-Man, he's able to survive multiple attacks, like getting punched through multiple buildings and etc. This is an Omni-Man during this point in the series who's able to survive an explosion and destroy the surface of a planet through sheer speed alone. These feats vary, but should also augment Mark with country level AP and durability. He would later fight other Viltrumites who scales above your average Viltrumites. For instance, Anissa and Conquest are characters who at the very least should be moon level to possibly small planet. This becomes evident as Stark states 37 Viltrumites could tear the earth in half. Given Omni-Man, Anissa, and Conquest are above your average Viltrumite, moon level could be an understatement, and we've seen Mark show the capability in harming these opponents. Alongside the help of Omni-Man and Thetis, they're able to destroy planet Viltrum. While this specific feat may not seem as impressive given the planet's compromised state, it still suggests a solid multi-continental to planetary level of power, making these small planet levels quite consistent. Moving up from this, Mark would battle and defeat Thrak, the strongest Viltrumite the Empire has to offer, and one of the strongest characters in the series. Scaling above these moon level to small planet levels of attack potency and durability, even surviving dips next to the sun. Emperor Mark by this time would be above this Thrak quite evidently, making his AP into those planet ranges. Spider-Man is also a teenage superhero, brought with the task of protecting Earth and those around him without any real purpose at his age. Spider-Man in the MCU is able to do a multitude of feats, from fighting and stopping attacks from Winter Soldier's armored arm. This is a Winter Soldier who is shown to keep pace with Captain America relatively often, even overpowering him at certain times. This is the same Steve Rogers who's able to throw Ultron and being above the soldiers that are able to shoot open large shipping containers at around building level output. To spike his AP a bit more, Cap was able to bust open Ultron's chest with his shield. Ultron should be above the Avengers, if not relative, as this was a Ultron that damaged Thor, a character who is at the top of the Avengers when it comes to strength. Moving on to the Thanos movies, Spider-Man was shown to fight and take attacks from one of Thanos' strongest soldiers, scaling above the Hulkbuster by cutting and damaging it, as in the name, the Hulkbuster was designed to well fight the Hulk, even besting the Hulk in previous movies. During the scuffle, they were shown to level an entire building that they both survived. In the same movie, a weaker Iron Man would be able to withstand the explosion of Sokovia, which has been calced in the town levels of energy. To make this linear path consistent and tie everything together, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man in Spider-Man 2 was able to hold up a metal structure that was being pulled into a gravity orb. This was a gravity orb that was pulling all the metal in the area. And if you want to upscale Spider-Man to ridiculous and consistent levels of AP, we do see him tag and fight Thanos for a brief period of time. While not scaling to this Thanos, he does have the Power Stone, which in turn is able to destroy entire planets. So an Iron Suit Spidey consistently should fall in the town levels to maybe mountain level quite generously. And if you want to upscale him to a base non-Power Stone Thanos, maybe he can scuff the moon level durability and AP, although it's pretty inconsistent and unlikely. Mark and Peter are definitely impressive, but how does their speed compare to one another's? Mark's speed is pretty easy to scale, as he demonstrates traveling to the moon in mere seconds, which already puts him at relativistic speeds quite early on into the series. As he grows stronger, he is able to fight Thrag, who is vastly superior to Omni-Man in all aspects. Omni-Man himself has a notable speed feat of traveling to another planet within a week, which is scaling him to those MFTO plus ranges. And if Thrag is significantly faster than Omni-Man and Mark is eventually able to keep up and even surpass Thrag, it stands to reason that Mark's speed, both reactionary and travel, would fall into the MFGL Plus tier. And I don't need to mention it, but yes, their speeds are all the same, meaning his combat would scale to his travel and so on. Spider-Man is also a straightforward scale. He's able to dodge and avoid Electro's lightning attacks that are around the massively hypersonic plus to even relativistic speeds. MCU speed scales should all be kinda relative or in the same ballpark, as every character's majority of the time is able to react to one another. For instance, Captain America is able to battle Thanos, and Spider-Man was able to react and combat Captain America. Thanos would be above a Captain Marvel, who's well above Electro. Captain Marvel is a character that's able to shoot energy photon attacks, and a weaker Thanos was able to react to one of them. And we've seen that Spider-Man tag a stronger Thanos than the one that reacted to Captain Marvel. So speed should have Spider-Man in the relativistic range, if not that, well into the massively hypersonic plus range to possibly sub-real. Now, after all of that, who would win? After analyzing both superheroes and considering both of their feats and scaling, Invincible does scale higher than Spider-Man. Given even the lowest possible scale for Mark is still above Peter. For instance, let's just assume and say that Invincible is your average Viltrumite. These average Viltrumites are still in those country to moon levels of AP and durability, and those are outputs that we gave Spider-Man if he was scaling to a full power Thanos or just Thanos in general, which he doesn't. So Invincible is above Spider-Man in AP, but not to a ridiculous amount. However, it's not like it's a city block comparing to a universe. It's pretty much a small town to, let's just say, moon level. So it's not too inconsistent to say that Spider-Man couldn't punch him thousands of times, but Spider-Man can't even keep up with his speed. Mark is just severely faster than Spider-Man, meaning even if Spidey could somewhat punch Invincible, he can't even keep pace with him. The AP isn't as dramatic as the speed is, and I know I keep kind of going over that, but I just want to put it out there because I'm trying to give Spider-Man every win con I possibly can. Spider-Man's speed isn't comparing to anything well into the faster than light tier, meaning it's more likely than not that Invincible would just blitz and one-shot Spider-Man before his Spidey senses even go off. Let's just say that maybe Spider-Man catches him in a web and entraps him. Even with the benefit of the doubt, he has no means to damage him, and knowing Mark, he could just probably break out of this entrapment with a rage boost. So yeah, Invincible is winning this fight quite clearly. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe, as there will be multiple videos just like this coming out soon. Hit that bell notification to not miss out on any of those, and thanks for watching once again. Peace.